Good morning, you guys. We're just surrounded by birds this morning. It's beautiful. The ground is wet from all the rain, and it's a beautiful morning. The sun's shining bright. Good morning for gratitude. I am grateful, so grateful this morning. I just wanted to talk about, step one a little bit this morning. And when we say that our life is unmanageable, in step one, we're powerless over whatever substance was our drug of choice, whether it was alcohol or cocaine or meth or gambling or, hi Shane, whatever that was. It seems easy for us to say, yes, I am powerless over that. And we sometimes think that just accepting and admitting that we are powerless over whatever our substance was, gambling, emotions, sex, we sometimes think if we just accept that, that's enough. And how deep, hi Toby, how deep do you want to go in step one? How deep do you want to go? Well, what are the results we're looking for? So step one also, in my opinion, refers to our story. We come into to the 12-step program and we think we know who we are, and we have a story about ourselves, and that story is, you play it out. You're gay or straight or white or black or, a criminal or not, or, and we have honest, dishonest, too short, too tall, not good enough, all kinds of things that are part of our story. We have, and none of it, there are some facts, yes, but none of it is really who we are. None of it's really who we are. We're so much more than that, and on this plane, really none of this. We are who we were before we came here, and we are who we'll be after we leave here. What happens here is very temporary, very temporary. What we want to connect with and live into is that who we are before we got here and who we are after. That spirit within, that oneness with the universe. And so the first step in that is really accepting that we're not, David from the Maritimes. Even though that's a fact, it isn't really who I am. It's not to hold that tightly at all. And we defend, the whole societies defend our story, the chosen people, or, the victimized culture. There's just, it's built right in some ways that we defend our position. So how much are we willing to surrender? How about just as an experiment to look at everything before this moment is not being relevant. Everything except this moment. Everything before this moment is not relevant, and there's nothing coming after this moment. So here we are in total surrender to this moment. Yeah. You're not a divorcee, you're not a widower, you're not a biker, you're not a criminal, right? You're not a bad guy or a good guy, a smart guy or a stupid guy. You're just you. I am. If we practice this, just letting go, just surrendering, and the steps help us to do this. The steps actually do help us to see what we've been holding on to and how we've been living in fear. And the steps help us to surrender all of this. That's the process of the steps. As we surrender everything, as we come to terms with all of our past relations and recognize that we've been holding things a certain way with judgment, we then come into our natural state, which is that state before we got here and the state after we leave. So just toy with that. Just toy with that. It's really my theme, you know, that it seems to be where we can go directly into the moment, into the presence of God, into the experience of now, is through surrendering all of it. Nothing really matters. No meaning, no judgment, right? We're perfectly safe. We can't be hurt here. We don't really die. Get a load of that one. But here we go. Thought for the day. From this little book, the 24-Hour Day book that we read from. If you have any doubt, just ask any of the older members of AA, of the AA group, and they will readily tell you that since they turned their lives over to the care of God as they understand Him, many of their problems have vanished into the forgotten yesterdays. Vanished. They didn't exist. They were illusions. When we allow ourselves to be upset over one thing, we succeed only in opening the door for the coming of hundreds of other upsetting things. That's the thought for the day. And his question is, am I allowing myself to be upset over little things? Just breathe. Breathe. Be here now. Let go. Hey, Jason. Hey, buddy. Meditation for the day. I would do well not to think of the Red Sea of difficulties that lie ahead. A metaphor. I would do well not to think of the Red Sea of difficulties that lie ahead. I am sure that when I come to the Red Sea, the waters will part, and I will be given all the power I need to face and overcome many difficulties and meet what is in store for me with courage. That's called faith. Yes. I believe that I will pass through that Red Sea to the promised land. Amen, baby. The land of the Spirit, where many souls meet in perfect comradeship. I believe that when that time comes, I will be freed of all the dross of material things and find peace. We'll have to ask Siri, what does dross mean? D-R-O-S-S. It's a 1954 word, I would say, wouldn't you? Yep. So we're not certain what dross means. Good coffee. But what we are certain is that the message in the meditation is that as we focus on the moment, as we focus on our relationship with God, all our problems disappear. No matter what's happening, it's not perceived as a problem. We recognize all the opportunities, all the gifts. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may face the future with courage. I pray that I may be given strength to face both life and death fearlessly. So what's coming right now is just a little tip for the day. Many of us, like I said, we really don't know who we are or are not conscious of our behaviors often. So if you'd like to know whether you judge yourself or not, watch whether you're judging others. If you're judging others, you can be assured that you judge yourself. You have an idea in your mind of how you should be, which means you haven't surrendered step one, in my opinion. There's different levels and intensities of that, but to be free of judgment, to live in peace, wow, all possible. So just watch yourself through the day, be conscious. When am I judging? When am I saying I know better than this or that person or God or the moment? Just relax, breathe, experience each moment. Okay. Love you guys, and I'm off this morning on a little motorcycle ride to the West Coast. My plan is to do my 7 o'clock group, if everything works out right. That's my plan, and I'm just going to hold that really lightly. We'll see whether it wants to happen or not, or whether it's appropriate wherever I end up today. So, love you. Love you too. If you would, either way, it would be nice if you subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Valley and Beyond on YouTube. It would be great. Okay, you guys, love you so much. Have a great day, and my plan is to do this tomorrow and every day when I'm on my little trip. Thank you, Jason. I will travel safe. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the open road, baby. I do enjoy the motorcycle. I do. Okay, love you guys. Talk soon. Call anytime, actually, or text. If you have any, thanks, Toby. If you have any thoughts or anything, any questions or anything, just text me or message me on Facebook, and we'll connect. Okay, bye-bye.